And then you wonder why, oh, this was such a brilliant conversation. Oh, I can't wait, can't wait to see that girl again. But she says to you, oh, you're such a great guy, and I really had you're such a deep conversation with you, but I think we'd be better suited as friends. Guys, getting a girl to go on a date with you, it's a pretty big thing. Like, congratulations. For some men it's easier, for other men it's harder, but for the average guy or the average person even, to go on a date with a person that you're attracted to is a big feat. So it's such a shame when throughout the date you end up friend zoning yourself. You friend zone yourself. She doesn't friend zone you, you friend zone yourself. So in this 8 a.m. video, coffee video, I'm going to talk about two reasons, two big mistakes. There's so many reasons why it happens, but two big mistakes that men make on dates where they end up friend zoning themselves. It's so sad, but if we talk about them, we don't need to repeat them. Let's start off with the first one. The first big mistake that men make is they're too eager. I get it. You're excited to be on the date with a hot girl who seems to be out of your league. She does not need to know that. What ends up happening is you're so excited to be there, you begin to pedestalize her. People do not like to be pedestalized. It creates this unfair balance between people. This is how it should be. Pedestalizing does this. And this, you'd think this person, likes to be pedestalized and they're happy to be here. They're happy to be adored. They are only happy to be adored when they have given you a reason to adore them. If you adore them without a good enough reason, this person up here is going to feel like, well, if this guy likes me so much, he must not have any other options. Because believe it or not, most people don't have a strong sense of self-esteem about them. Most people don't think they deserve to be on a pedestal. Even the prettiest girls out there, they have their insecurities. So when you pedestalize someone, when you look at them with these adoring eyes and when you're gaping into their mouth, the person will begin to treat you badly because they want to even out this disparity, this difference, this gap that you have created. And they will start to do things to make you not pedestalize them anymore. They'll begin to behave in a way where it's like to show you that I'm not that great. And this behavior is going to be condescending to you, demeaning to you, and not the behavior you want to experience on a date. By the way, if I am slow, it's because I'm just having my first coffee. And the second reason, guys, why you end up friend zoning yourself is because you end up talking too much about the thing that's not relevant. You either end up talking about things that have no association to her. Maybe you start talking about business or your crypto or whatever. Or you end up talking too much about yourself. You got to understand that the reason that the person's on a date with you in the first place is because they have an idea of you. They have this idea. They're there with a sort of a fantasy in their head, a fantasy of who you are. And this fantasy is what compels people to agree to dates. People are excited. People want you to be the person that they want you to be. The days coming up to the date, we fantasize about this person, we get excited, and we start to create scenarios in our head of you and this person. Now, these scenarios and fantasies are based on nothing more than just the initial impression that she got from you. Maybe she read your profile. Maybe you strategically put some pictures there, you know, to show different sides of you. And all of this creates a story in her head of who you could be. This story is, you know, far from the reality, for sure. Nobody ever fantasizes about someone who's not exciting. And the truth is, you, like your life and who you are and your reality is never going to live up to her fantasy. But, you know, having fantasies is not bad, because if it weren't for this fantasy in our heads, we wouldn't even agree to go on to the date. Now, this fantasy with time is going to dissipate. With time, she will get to know you and realize that, well, you know, this was her fantasy, but you're not exactly the person that she created in her mind. Having said that, you don't want to disengage her from the fantasy too quickly. On the first date, if you reveal everything about yourself, when you end up talking about your problems, your failed relationships, your ailments, sicknesses, your struggle with anxiety and a lot of mental issues, you're pretty quickly dissolving that fantasy for her. And look, I know people say that, oh yeah, but you know, on the date that I went, I told her, I was very truthful with her, and I ended up telling her about the meaningful things in my life, you know, the struggles that I went through, the childhood trauma. Yeah, okay, good. But did you have a romantic second date with her? That's the thing. You will definitely bond when you start sharing these intimate experiences, these vulnerabilities. But you're going to bond on a friend level. You're going to bond on a therapist level. And yeah, you probably will end up going on a second meetup, but it's no longer going to be a romantic date. I've had that many times happen personally to me. Trust me. Men and women, this is just universal. Men and women mistake this care and empathy that the listener is showing. They mistake that for romantic interest. What your listener is doing is they're listening, they're empathizing, you're connecting, but you're not flirting. You're not creating that sexual tension. You're not allowing for the spark to grow. You're extinguishing the spark. And then you wonder why, oh, this was such a brilliant conversation. Oh, I can't wait to see that girl again. But she says to you, oh, you know, you're such a great guy, and I really had it's such a deep conversation with you, but I think we'd be better suited as friends. How many times have you heard that before? I'm saying this, guys, with the best intentions in my heart for you. I have a guy, guys, in my consultation at the moment, going through the exact same problem. He wears his heart on his sleeve and gets friend-zoned all the time. That's it, guys. I hope you can take something away from it. Take what you can, discard the rest, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.